Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Dunia muka jaladi wala dimbe kumala no yimbulala dunia mudo suledi wala dimbe mudo sekadere dole la.
You are watching Football Fans TV.
Yeah, that's right. Hello. Assalamu alaikum once again. That's right. You are watching Gam Football Fans TV once again with your man Lamin Barrow. And of course, my usual suspects here with me, Habib Fall and Sanayafa, coach, on your usual show, hashtag Know Your Gambian Footballers and hashtag Know Your Gambian Football. It's Friday. It's 8 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock in Gambia, and exactly what we do here every week is what we are back doing again. That's what we love doing, and that's football. Welcome to your show today, Friday, the 23rd of July, on hashtag Know Your Gambian Footballers. Assalamu alaikum, badingol ngal kontong koteke once again on Gam Football Fans TV. The usual show, hashtag Know Your Gambian Footballers and hashtag Know Your Gambian Football. Be duala reka menu mu sasa tolto be loptano to B for alasi so jata kende ala menu tambita for alasi yamfe so arjanola ay nital jamfandi nyola. Assalamu alaikum boka nuyu lan wat rek once again on Gan Football Fans TV, the same platform, same platform, Gambian football and Gambian footballers show every Friday buñ dé def fi rek. Di leen welcome waat once again di ñaanal ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi feebar ñu ngi si lopitaan bi yàlla may leen wér gu yaram ñoo nga xam ne ñoo jiitu yàlla yërëm leen ñun ñu fi bàyyi yàlla seen sarax yaaga suñ loxo. Welcome to the show once again. Tey am nañ very exciting topics again to talk about as usual. Comme nuñ ko dee defee rek I have my whole team here again, Musa Fall and Sanayafa. on another exciting show. Dilan Warek, welcome back and welcome to the show. Guys, welcome to the show, Sana and Musa.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum everybody. Assalamu alaikum everybody. It's your usual program, Gum Football Fans Forum, Gum Football Fans TV. We are happy to be back. It's another Friday, and then we have some very important topics to talk about. So, assalamu alaikum to everybody.
Thank you very much. Welcome on board, Sana. Help Sana on mute. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Yeah, welcome.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Lamin, thank you very much. And then thank you, Abib. Welcome to all our viewers around the world, both in the Gambia and in Europe and in the United States. We welcome you back to this exciting show every Friday here. And then I'm sure it's going to be an interesting show because as we usually do, we will talk extensively and exclusively about things that are happening in Gambian football, both on the positive and on the negative note. So sit back and just enjoy the show.
Yes, thank you very much. Once again, welcome. Interesting show today. And of course, we are just not going to waste any time. But before we go, I hope all the Nyominkas are okay because Tobaski was just day before yesterday. So before we start the show, let's be clear on that. I hope they are all fine, and then we are going to be in peace with them. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, once again. We have 3 or maybe 4 topics to cover here today. In fact, 3. The race to second place. We have talked about this last week, and we are talking about it this week as well. I mean, because the race is tense, is at the ending point now. I think this is the final game or second to last game, something like that. Second place, who is really there to grab it? Musa, we go into the local languages. Comme nuñ ko dee defee rek Musa moo ñu nekkal koo xam ne, you know, we all know he doesn't miss these games in the Gambia. He's following the league day by day, even early in the morning. Today, I think he was a little bit biased because I saw him in Real de Banjul's training ground, I think very early. I don't think I saw him anywhere. So that's Real de Banjul. So, but yeah, he's a Real de Banjul man anyway. Musa, the race to the second place, how realistic and who is ready? Can more pare for the second place, and who is ready to represent the Gambia in the second place?
Anyway, right now, the way things are going, it's for Real de Banjul to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the battle is currently with them. They are in second place with 2 games to go. So I think if Real de Banjul can win 1 out of the 2, they will finish second. First, they have to play against Wildan. That's tomorrow.
Right.
If they can win Wildan, it means Real de Banjul will finish second and a game to spare. If they draw, it also depends on what happened with Elite. So as of now, the family dafa nekk 3 hostilities diggante Real de Banjul, Wildan ak Elite.
Right.
Wow, Real right now ñoo nekk second. You get play ak Wildan suba, that Saturday, xam nga 10 o'clock at the stadium, and then the next match is not going to be easy because you get play with a team boo xam ne mu ngi around the relegation zone, mooy Banjul United. So it's not going to be easy for the Banjul. Two games to guy it's going to be tough. Yeah. So for them to finish second, then you want to win one of their games, which is possible, but it's going to be difficult because Wildan, when it comes to Real, they will put everything at stake. Wow, Wildan at Real is a bragging right. It's just a normal 3-point bragging rights. It's been a while. Wildan win Real. So coming to this game, they are well prepared to win the mighty Real de Banjul. So whole table no more than any. Di nga gis ne waa Banjul tamit ñu ngi fa because soo xoolee waa Banjul right now ñu ngi on 34 points.
Yeah.
You know, so dafa mel ni Real de Banjul mu ngi rawee waa Banjul just 5 points. So meaning if Real de Banjul happen to lose ñaari game, waa Banjul suñu winee sa ñaari game, they might also finish second. Yeah, I understand. So Wildaan tam ba léegi am nañ chance. If Wildaan can win seen ñaari games yi, Real drop benn game tamit a game or two, am nañ chance. So now gis ne it's a very 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 interesting finale. Why I hope ne Real can nick a game and then finish second. But so far it's very open, you know. Real de Banjul, Wildaan, waa Banjul. So do yomba daal waaye Real ñoo am absolute chance to be in second place. Leneen li nga laajte mooy who is ready to represent the Gambia. Loolu nag is a huge question boo xam ne dafa hard pour man ma answer ko from my point of view. Because of li nga xam ne moo involved dafa bari. Number one, there is a lot of money involved to play this CAF tournament. You must spend few millions. Okay? So dafa depend lan la club bi di prioritize because some of these Gambian clubs, most of them, they don't even have their own field for xam ne mun nañ fa training. So ndax da nga jël $3 million spend ko si benn game or maximum ñaari game dan nga use that amount of money pour jéem a upgrade sa club. Because ba léegi am na club yoo xam ne amuñ team boss, they don't have a coach. Am na team yoo xam ne amuñ fi no training. So is it wise to spend those few millions just ne man I want to compete in the CAF tournament and then you are out? Because we have to be realistic here. How many clubs in the Gambia have the capacity to compete as of now? So the depth of some of these teams, they are very questionable. Are they good enough? Some of the teams are amuñ coaches or the license to go into those tournaments. So it's a problem. So last time li moo xewoon ñu wax ne Real de Banjul amuñ xaalis moo tax demuñ mooy time Covid bi bu ñu waxee ne Real even though joxuñu ligue bi waaye mi ne ñun ñooy demal Gambia xam nga si tournament bi. Real opted not to go. There was a lot of rumors ne team bi amul xaalis but after loolu ñëpp gis nañ what happened. Gis nañ the investment bu club bi def. So ndax da nga compare that investment ak just to go and play benn home and away and then you lose. So léegi da nga xool the bigger picture, not the fact ne rek I'm going to compete, but lan nga say am. What do you gain out of competing? Su nekkee ne amuloo the capacity. So am na yoo xam ne only the football administration ñoo ko mën a tontu. Let's say one guy from the Banjul, Willie or Pasamba or Bax can be in a better position pour mu answer loolu. Lu fi leer daal mooy xam naa ne Fortune are ready to go. Because as Asan was interviewed, moom ñëpp xam nañ seen position. Ñoom they are ready to go. Waaye soo xoolee Real de Banjul, Walidan, waa Banjul, pour ma taxaw fi mo wax la ne for example su Real de Banjul jëlee second dañoo dem pour rep Gambia loolu man su ma ko waxee rek wax naa lu ma ne. Ba pare I'm not the right person kuy taxaw fi wax ne Real de Banjul dina dem waaye lu ma analyse noonu these are facts yoo xam ne is there to see ndax am nga the team to compete. Because nga def lu Gamtel def can be costly.
I was gonna come and drop that to Sana. What happened last time? Bugamtel drop it out of the competition. What would that mean to our league, and what would that mean to our to the Gambian football in general? Sana. Hello, Sana.
Okay, jërëjëf Lam foog naa balaa ma dugg si loolu rek xam naa Habib mu ngi overside leena mooy elite are definitely in the fray. So gisee dañ win seen game in hand bi and now at 36 points. So the immediate team Bohane is going to give Real de Banjul time to and they are with +6. +6 in terms of goal difference because Gangi scored 28 goals, 29 goals. You can see 23 goals and they are 36 points. So Walidan Real de Banjul is going to be a massive game because it's 39-34, 39-35, and that's a 4-point difference. If Real can win that game, they are automatically guaranteed second spot. If Walidan happens to have anything out of that game, is going to be an open three-way horse race, and in fact 4-way horse race, depending on what elite what even Brikama what they were able to get from their last game, because if Brikama win it, they'll also go to 36 points, and then no Digante no, Brikama is out of it. It's going to be Elite, Wabanjul, and then Walian. So, and Real de Banjul. And I think to me, Somalaje, I would definitely want that to go to the wire because then you will see something exciting because everybody would be playing for their lives. So, that's the beauty of the game we had. Should you go for we are not like important. Withdrawal it can be. One significant effect la am in Gambian football. I think loolu bokk na si loo xam ne moo toroxal Gamtel because nga waxoon nañ ko fii te dinañ ko waxaat buñ withdrawee that's killed their morals, their confidence, even though they lost at home, but they should have given the opportunity ñu génn si showcase sa bopp. So withdrawal bi it seems I mean teams are not ready to compete in African Champions League or the African Confederation Cup. And I think Gamtel as an institutional team, you want to withdraw, then other teams you have Yakarun Dara. Or Yakarun institution Senga now, it's going to be something very, very difficult to comprehend. I think the teams has to look at themselves very well before you do before new deal the move of getting into African Champions League or the Confederation Cup. Or what I mean, with all due respect, Real de Banjul were very smart to do that last season because Bunyoles and Bopone, they think that the time they had was shot. And the fact that they were on few projects they haven't even finalized working on them. They decided to withdraw. Charlie was it was based on in Amunali, but I think that they thought that they didn't have ample time to prepare. So, Lena Lanwara said we have to try to stick to our calendar because so we said you soon league before more here. Register a pro Confederation Cup African League. During Sunday that they got a drop. That they got a drop. If the league goes down right down to the wire, team would win league would not have even 2-3 weeks to make a decision of getting into the African Champions League. Is that time enough? No, it's not enough. So preparatory wise, we are definitely behind. And I think we need to look at ourselves as teams, as a federation, our competition department, to make sure that you align to Bob at the standard of CAF, because obviously should teams win, they will need to have a month or so. And I think Lolo nekon na constraint bo am Real amon nañ do pour ñu mëna dugg ci Champions League bil Confederation Cup last year.
Okay, thank you very much. Very good points there. You are listening to GAM Football Fans TV, Gambia Football or Kaola Diam, Gambia Football Lal. We are talking about the table. Ninan competition was very exciting, and in fact, it's still going on. Kachada follow ketamente rek wala the race to second place. Second place where team dantanu temale Real de Banjul Walidan wa Banjul near table OGB right now on the screen. Competition of the world tema, and the next game Real de Banjul men soto in Walidan lem, which is going to be a very competitive game ning alasonta. We hope I play Kaira Kono, I bank Kaira Kono. Baringa menyin in kafana wala nyinti Kumale pareta Gambia represent into the CAF competition, because last year a problem ojele Gamtel yemen sotono mayane mantano jamaji kita ko maybe financial reason lam so nga koro siko ningi na ngonyongo keda hope asinanda football o batandinole because memu play la dindingol men be ka play ni Gambia football o be ka jiko soto la pour kata Gambia represent dulal to dame yalong if another football be fintilale and that could help them pour team bal yeje so competition si fal wallem CAF competition olti ananyol so ning misal fe jiko soto sisino be play and it is not a secret that na Gambia football o kodi jamaati je pour football lal komo koleti no be olon so ninga be onyama moment nu yalon ko jikita ko nim play ta jang maybe insi loki no le nga opportunity soto nga finti banta nga team all soto and competition all men so sino ma wolem CAF competition all na nyongoldi ni nata fo suti ata wala unfortunately ila team o na finti ko kodi ko le atin nay mantano je amambete na football auto so nga wolle ko ka chateng musani sana ila ideal fayjele I think sometime in this show will allow our fans to also come in and then share some few ideas. But topic tantanu sort of menu cover. Next one on Binan and Diamla rek wala min Olympics team already we know ko Olympics yele tale sign nkumu competition on yimbe on le sign but janim bit out of on wrong ngamra nga muru table kan kote rek nga jibe menu be duma what is going to be another challenging one for them Musa ñu delu wat table be rek ñu set ñu nga xamni ñu ci ron already Talending BK Milan kala tudat Hawks seems to be struggling but while BK Milan mo ngi nurone pousse nañ Talending to the bottom of the table fofu tamit mo ngi hawa am competition tuti especially with how these points are at the moment 20 23 BK Milan and 25 these three seems to be competing what do you think going down to the wire for these three?
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy, especially for a mighty club like Hawks. Seeing Hawks in 12th position is something that many football lovers cannot understand. Because the Hawks is a great team. They have some fantastic players in their team. But the fact that they are in this situation, it's really unacceptable for a club of Hawks pedigree. But it's football. If you don't take your chances, Hamga, don't score much goals, you are in deep problem. From Nekani, Talending mom, they're gonna find it tough because they so hard and young from Nekani. For Talending escape, it has to be a miracle. Meaning they have to win 2 of their games and then they still have to wait and see. So send destiny neka to send law from Nekani. Because Mari Motam they are not safe. So now I guess it's gonna be interesting. I think Gamtel are almost safe, but I would not say safe because Gamtel are 27 and BK Milan are 23. That's 4 points and 2 games to go. So I think Gamtel will at least need a point to be there. Yeah, Hawks also are in a very tricky situation. So we're gonna see some very interesting games, particularly from Hawks, Marimo, BK Milan, and Talending. For Talending, I'm not. If you ask my opinion, I would say they're going down. From this situation, I've seen they're definitely going down. That's what I've seen. It might change, but for now, I can say they might go down. So now it's up to BK Milan, Hawks, and Marimo. And I think Hawks are playing Gamtel. So that's another tricky game. Gamtel need at least a point to be safe. So it's going to be interesting, and then I hope, I would just like our officials to be very careful of these games because any costly mistake can cause a team to the second division, which is huge. So we expect our referees to be very courteous going into this game. I know they are human beings; they are bound to make errors or mistakes, but they should be very careful. And I think the referees group can take the best referees to officiate these relegation threatening teams. Very mature referees should take care of this game because one mistake can cause a team to go into the second division, which is huge, you know. So looking at the table right now, I would say who will join Kalini for now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Thank you very much, Sana. With Gamtel and Walidan, of course, these are big teams. We don't just talk about them all the time, but no disrespect to the other teams. We always talk about teams that are household names most of the time in the show. And in fact, the reason why we talk about them more, we have seen them this season. At some point, they were at positions that nobody expect them to be there. But at some point, we have seen turning points for them. Gamtel, Walidan, and of late, we have seen what, in fact, a few days ago, we have seen two coaches who, are well respected in the Gambia and have done a lot in Gambian football. In Coach Tafamani and President Gamtel coach, sharing training grounds. Coach is on holiday, but he's still playing his part. As a coach, or as a footballer on the ground, you see people like Tafamani coming up to give you that moral support. And in fact, we saw it in Idrissa Sonko as well in Real de Banjul. How much does this mean to our league and the players? Because it's something that we spoke about here. Let the legends come back, or let players who played in Gambian football come back and contribute their quota. And the examples are coming. Seeing it on Facebook was exciting for people like us who follow Gambian football. How does this feel to you as a coach, and how would it feel to Gambian footballers? Idrissa Sonko, even though they are on holiday, they still spend their time to go and attend these training sessions. What does that mean?
Well, it just means that they just realize that they're from clubs, and then that has played a very important part in their career, and it is important for them to go back and give back. And then it's always a great feeling that when you left the club and then diplomatically in the best possible way, climb the ladder, go abroad. When you come back, you want to still go back to the club. I keep hearing these things. The legends have to come back. They have to come back. Have they even been away?
Okay.
Have our ex-players definitely been away of Gambian football? I think it's something that we need to ask ourselves, because all the ex-players I know, once they go back holiday, they go back to their teams. The teams they left before they leave the Gambia, that's the team they go back. So the notion of ex-players he has been away from Gambian football, we have to bring them back. In what sense? In what capacity? I'm not surprising Idris going back to Real de Banjul. Because I have had a lot of conversation with him, and I think it is even something that we are definitely working on to make sure that we try to have that networking, the coaches abroad and the coaches in the country. It is really, really important for them to understand that these people are part of Gambian football. All right. Tafa's case with Gamtel, he played for Gamtel, he worked for Gamtel, he coached Gamtel, he won everything in Gamtel. What did you expect if Tafa go back to the Gambia and the team, I'm not even saying when the team is struggling, even when the team is vying for the league, Tafa would always go to Gamtel. So these are people that have done, some great things and have some memorable times with these clubs. So you would expect for them to go back to their clubs. And this is what we've been saying. Even the current national team players. Anytime you saw them on holidays, they go back to their various teams. We have seen Steve on holidays. He's going back to training at Real de Banjul. The Blacks of Pamodu, the Osdialos, they will all go back to the teams they came from. So have they definitely been away? No. I think the reason we are saying that the ex-players needs to come back, that's a different capacity. And today is not the right forum to say that. But I am not surprised seeing ex-players like people like Idrissa Sonko, Tafamane going back to the team they came from, because they don't have anything more than that team for them, because the team has given them every opportunity for them to excel. And I think they are doing what is right themselves.
Absolutely. I think you raise a very important question there. If they have actually gone away, perhaps it's the coverage, or now that we have this big social media platform exposure for most of our ex-footballers who are coming back on holiday, or even current footballers who comes back on holiday to go and attend their ex-clubs trainings, or even go and watch their games. Now is the time when most of us are seeing them, but it has always been happening. So we say a huge congratulations and thank you to all of them for taking part in our league. It's just giving the league that boost that it needs to sell as well. When you do that, on the second point, which is about the Olympic, I raised it before. Our country has been part of the Olympics opening ceremony. We seen some beautiful pictures. It's always nice to see your country getting represented in international tournaments. We say congratulations to all the team who are out there. As you can see the pictures. For some of you who has not seen it, it's already on. We cheer for them to see. I hope they bring in more goals for the country. But Sana, the question is that luñ bëgg a laaj fii mooy the ministry already set up a something for these people going to the Olympics, and we know something also big is coming our way, which is the African Cup of Nations for the first time. What are we doing? What are we doing towards this African Cup of Nations? What is the roadmap, or have we even launched anything for the road to AFCON yet? Which is
still a chance, Greg. You certainly caught it there. It's a free kick.
That was my bad. Okay, that didn't. War nañoo launch something like road to AFCON, and when do we have to launch it, and how do we have to launch this? Because it is getting closer. It's almost August, and how many months before the actual competition? We know there will be camps. I'm not then what I camps baranyo am lolu nonu. Why? What is the road? What is the road to Cameroon? So we talk about that, and what should we do? Okay, Musa.
Anyway, that was a time.
Okay, Sana, you come. I raised the question for Sana, so let's Sana come in, and then we'll have Musai. Come in, Sana.
Yeah. Actually, it's to me. I need a new launch road to Cameroon or whatsoever. Whatever we might call it. To me, it is not relevant. Man important at man. So my largest reason the Mala one all I'm going to tell you is all I'm the new mom. I'm the new they are responsible of the planning of what we're going to do. And then I think it's important you show a load. We might have in September we might have a training camp. What is important is we need to get our team to that camp. We need to get our best players in the camp. We need to try to build team spirit, and also hope that our players are playing within the camp. Because that is the only way that we can select our best players. And coaches and administrators. Ministry be all they got to do all what we expect from this, and the money from government and in the Halis we take because team we it's not only going to be business as usual, whereas the we get into match bonus issues and stuff, those days should be gone for the Gambia. All we wanted to see is the coach and his backroom staff needs to come up with a detailed plan of how they wanted to go to the camp in September, and probably in a few test games before the tournament proper in January. And I think the technical team be coach be a technical team and that is their responsibility to come up with a comprehensive plan of how they wanted to prepare this team. Team selection be Gambian munun ci dara. FF bi munun ci dara. who's appointed, is qualified. It is up to him and his technical team. You look at the players of different angles, and you look at you broaden their interests. You know, you broaden their search everywhere, wherever we can get our best players. Let them get our best players. You select them. You will. In that way, no one would. I know that it's not the easiest of things to do, and people will have doubts. People would point fingers and stuff. But like I always do, and I will always do, I will still trust the coach. I trust him 100%. You know, I believe he's going to do the right thing. Even though I'm not quite happy with some of the decisions he's made with certain players, because I think they are not based on footballing reasons, and we need to sort out. I have tried to reach out to people. They are responsible. One knowledge, more opinion on what I think it's not right, and what I think needs to be done. Players, they are all Gambians, and they also be given equal opportunities. If you are doing good for your club, you do playing very, very well, you should definitely get a chance to call up. I am not saying by force. Yes, I am very, very conscious that coach has to come with a playing style, and he has to be conscious as well of which players fit in his style. I'm very conscious about that, but you know, there are things that we should definitely work on. We should try to inculcate all the players we had in one way or the other and give them equal opportunities to sign. Yes, we've got some players out and we'll get some players in. At some point, some of them are not just good enough. I have seen the past training camp. There are certain players, I don't want their names. If you ask me, are they good enough for the national team? I would tell you that they are good enough for the national team. You know, and it is high time for us to try to set that high standard in terms of the quality of the players that we be selecting, especially for the AFCON. AFCON is no joke. It's no child play. It's no child play. It has to be players that are playing week in, week out, and they are physically fit, because the coach will don't have time to work on the physicality of the players. That we have to understand. He will have almost 14 days prior to the competition to get his players. Can you work on the physical of the players in 14 days? If you ask me as a technician, I will say no, it's not possible, because there are a lot of protocols that has to be observed.
Fantastic.
What we expect our players also, this should be a challenge. This should be a very, very good challenge to all the players. If the coach set that standard, if you are not competing, you are getting certain number of minutes every week, I'm sorry, I'm going to select players that are competing week in, week out. That's going to give extra motivation to the players. It is not only enough to tell the players, if you don't have a club, you will not be selected. You can have a club while you're playing. That is equally like it's just like come your Amulo club. We have to try to set the bar high. We should definitely do that. And I think the ministry, the funds has to be available. So the technical team, I assume by now they have already sent in their plan. Their game plan of how they wanted to go by the next international window, and then also on a long term on the AFCON. So the coach will be watching players week in, week out. The season is just getting ready to start. But hey, anything that the team is in terms of administrative, it should now be on the decks of the president and his executive for them to transcend it to the minister of sports, and to make sure that everything it's put in place. Lunyu different again in Dekaimoy. They do things right and they do things on time. We sit until on the last minute we start working on the airfare tickets or the plane or this or that. We shouldn't be part. By now, Hamden one hotel Wara camp where they should have their training camp, because it also depends. They would know where base. Once established in Lulu, they should work on their hotels. They should work training grounds and everything that needs to be put in place. That should be done at least a month or two before the competition starts.
Fantastic. Musa, Sana raised very important questions. Why, as fans, when is it okay for the fans to know what are these plans? Because come Num ko wahe, the hotels and everywhere they're going to lodge. Fans, some of the fans around the world, I spoke to some people even in England here, asking me where are the team going to, be based. I said I don't know, man. I don't know, and I don't think you guys know anything about that because some people want to buy their tickets from here to go and attend the Afcon. Why suñ xamuñ dara, suñ xamuñ in advance where is the team gonna be, what preparation do they have to do. Loolu dina tax affaire yi xaw a metti. When is it right to come out nga wax nit yi what are the plans, ban direction la gaay di jël, and what is going to happen for people who are preparing and want to go and attend this huge important tournament for the Gambia.
Loolu moom is a very dafa nekk loo xam ne dafa important. Information is always key. Waaye when it comes to ñun Gambia generally ñun dañ am problem of di gaaw a joxe information. It's always a problem. Man there was a time I asked them, man, can you launch this road to Afcon? Because how many going to Afcon is not cheap.
A lot of logistic needs go in there, yeah.
There are lots of logistic needs. The amount of money needed dafa bari. Some traveling, hotel reservations, boys and bonuses. Everything should be in place so you am a very successful Afcon. Meaning the boys, they should be going to the Afcon with a clear consent. Send head dafa correct. Gelling players on time. If you might bonuses taken aboard. Am nañ very good hotel. Xam nañ fan la team bi di nekka. The moment ñu xam fan la team bi di nekka rek, then dina easy pour fans yi ñu xam what to do. Because su nekkee ne Gambia la ñu la team bi mu ngi stay Kairaba Beach. Comme la moo stay di nga xam ne dafa play start. So yow sooy def sa booking di nga xam fan ngay defee sa booking bu ko di nga xam ne Gambian team bi mu ngi play Bakaw seen match si. So yow di nga xam sooy ut sa apartment or hotel di nga xam fan ngay dem. But so far Monday I'm yet to hear any information concerning about a campaign being launched, a slogan boo xam ne moom la ñoo use pour ñu mun a gaara enough funds going to nga xam ne suñu demee Afcon duñu am benn problème yi xaalis because lii xaalis la yomb. Months are going by dégguñ dara, gisuma campaign, gisuma slogan, gisuma dara. Or maybe the government is comfortable enough ne ñoom am nañ enough money to fund the team and pay all the logistic involved. I don't know. Because dama xam ne even time boobu sax ay under 17 or ay under 20 sax dañ ngeen launch a campaign. Company si ñëw joxe seen contribution. Even some local business they will all chip in. Why Gambia qualify na to Afcon? The Afcon is soon. I think it's in January. Loolu yaagut noonu. Ba léegi dégguñ dara. Te Gambia mooy dëkk boo xam ne dañ laak lu bari because by now our journalists should have put these questions to either the Ministry of Sports or GFF. Waaye ba léegi rek dégguñ dara comme maa yow rek ni nga ko xamee laa ko xamee. There is no movement boo xam ne fans yi ñu ngi ko xam te fans yi dañ am cër bu mag ci national team because they are the 12 man ñoo de support team bi waaye ba léegi ñu bari man tam dañ ma dee call di ma laaj fan la how comme nu moo demee fan la ñëw stay ak naka la may la man tamit ni nga mel laa mel because dégguma anything from our authorities from the ministries or from the federation, which is I don't think it's right. It's not right, but definitely time is going. Okay, I'm not more last time I was to something very important. Maneko at the election.
Yeah.
Government is going on election. Then you have the government. One of the most important things right now is how to win the election.
Yeah.
So the government dafa focus more on election. How about ñu jéem a xam how much money they need? Suñ ko xamee nga xam ne government can give them the money on time. Boobu nekkee side. Waaye suñu xaaree ba ñëw ba ay October November election la you never know lu nekk mën na xam is it God forbid ñun we want peace waaye election la government bi mun naa nekk ina maana boo xam ne du mun a génnee xaalis boo xam ne dafaa yóbbu team bi AFCON te loolu dafaa disastrous. The fact that government owns national team, government mooy fund national team loolu dafa leer. xaalis bi nga xam ne moom leen need government in collaboration with the with GFF war nañoo table loolu ñu xam the amount of millions you need ñu mun koo gaada su nekkee ne government munta génnee baaxa boobu yëpp the private sectors can come and support government. waaye suñu xaaree ba mu jege dafa difficult te I think fagaru moo gën faju so the earlier the better.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right, Musa. Maa ngi bëggoon a ñëw foofu sa loo waxoon because it's election year and we cannot sit down and then so if things don't go the way that we think it should go because of the election and then try to put the blames on it when we have plenty of time to prepare in case of any eventualities. We know this can bring the country together, whatever the case may be. This is something that can put us together. So nothing can be more important than this. Imagine after the election or during the campaign, election time, after the election, that few gap, tension num de mel. What better thing do we have than sport as one? I've seen the example, the Euros just now, how England featured with a very top when they HO. Why during the election, during the football time, you wouldn't know who is who. Everybody, the country was just, it was just amazing. When lose a final, people like us were not very happy because we thought, this thing was, it was nice, uniting everyone. So I think we should take advantage of this competition to our advantage, and then bring the whole country together, whatever the outcome of the election is going to be. Thank you very much. I think we'll allow fans, if they want to call in and share their idea about this important one, this road to Cameroon. If you want to call in, the numbers that are scrolling on the bar, you can come in and drop in your contribution on that, because I think it's an important thing for people also who are listening or following to contribute and say what they think should happen and what preparation should we do. Just like we say, it's a football fans platform, Gambian football. Anybody who is a Gambian football fan and want to contribute, you are very welcome to share your ideas. That's why we are here. Finally, we go to we only got like 15 minutes before we end the show, but you very, are complaining. So many people are pointing out, there's a vacancy with the under 20, and this under 20 coach spot that is vacant is definitely not something that some people think is good for our football development. So I'll have to go to Sanayafa straight away on this one. What is his take on this one? The development of our kids, vacancy at the under 20 spot. Amun coach, we don't hear anything. Maybe they have a coach, but we haven't had anything. Sana, what does this mean to our development, our football development? The young ones coming in.
Well, you are not giving him enough opportunity in visual corner of our annual, and I think enough time for him to be looking at players. I can tell you one important thing: the difference between Matar and Roko is, in terms of the under 20, it's Matar do his homework as possible. Balak competition, when whatever competition he's getting in, the taken is already got a plan, got a list of players that he wants to deal with. He's been following, he's going through the players for quite a while and make sure that he's got the right players he needed. So they have time for him to do that. And you could also say, administrative wise, all you will be saying is we don't have a competition for a while. So why do we have to appoint someone and start paying him from now on? Is going to be something different. I think, as far as I'm concerned, under 20, I'm not coach. You don't know, it's a small country. It's just a matter of time before they announce somebody to be the coach of the under 20. I think it's a foregone conclusion. So it's not something that I'm definitely worried. The individual would have already started working on his homeworks. So it's a good to have democracy. Do things that you got to. If you think you wanted to appoint Abib to oversee the under 20, just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And I think, administratively, we have a lot to do in terms of how we try to put certain things in place, how we structure all these various youth national teams and the female team. But notwithstanding, right now we even like the one that will be going to the under 23, under 23. Have they even got Mata? Has he even got his appointment letter? These are few questions that we can always ask. If the individual you said that you have elevated, and they cannot even start simply because they don't even have their appointment letters, how do you expect to appoint someone new for the under 20 job? That is, how do you appoint that? You cannot do certain paperwork, certain administrative work to elevate somebody. To give him a better contract. How did you expect to go in and bring in someone else from outside to start? So it's something that will also. We will continue to say this, and we will continue to call on the administrators to make sure that they try to do the right thing. I know if some of them all they would say is you get whole contract, but certain legalities you have a new fund then go and process that. But you've never had a problem of doing that to the senior coach. So administratively, I think they are very, very slow, and I think that's not good. That's not definitely good for our beautiful game. I mean, it's just sometimes baffling to hear certain stories. But hey, they got to do the right thing, and the right thing has to be done at the right time.
Absolutely, Sana. That's important point there. If you want to join the show, please use this number and then share your idea with us. We have got these important topics that we share here, and the most important one of them also is what we were talking about, the road to Cameroon. It's so important. Wasi tuti and share our ideas on it. I think that we need to say something, because to be honest with you, even I myself, I'm not sure. The Kenyan Tamit has the same thing. You will want to go, but you have to book your flight in advance. Maybe you are at work. Dengabuga gathers a holidays to go and attend this. Obviously, you need to know what is happening before you put your holidays in. You have to do holidays in advance. You don't just stand at the last minute and I want to go there, or I want an holiday. Do they want to work no? Dinayahal Newberry is a historic. It's going to be a historic thing for the Gambia and the Gambian people, especially Gambian football followers and Gambia football lovers. So we will ask our authorities in Nyan, if they have anything to come up and explain at least a little bit, just talk about something and give people some hint or some information. Maybe it's Lulu Sumune Amsa now and then, then some people will be preparing for what is going to come ahead in the competition.
While I'm in Purleral Fofu, a date is already set for the AFCON. A date is already set, but there is nothing our federation can do in terms of the scheduling, because the balloting has to happen, and that is beyond the date. That has to be done by CAF. Once the balloting is done, that is the time okay, best sangam lai play, best sangam lai play. But until then, the competition is in January. I think if I'm right, January 9 or 30, one of the days. And the preparation starts from there. The three group stage game. You have to try to work on that now. And don't only work on the three group stages game. Beyond that, up to the finals, because that is how you plan. That is how you plan. So that is something that I mean, I can tell you that the federation right now, the only thing they can do is to plan for the course of the tournament. Okay, they already know the dates, that they are traveling. The competition is going to start, and I think it's important. It's important for people to understand that until the ballot is done, the groupings are done by CAF, then we will be able to know where are we going to stay, because CAF will definitely send a communique regarding that.
Yeah, fantastic. That's I think that point is very clear, Sana. Yeah, thank you very much. To be honest, I think we have today covered our topics quite very uh, early, and I think we are just going to go into generally into our league and just talk about a little bit of our league at the moment, because these were the three topics that we think we'll bring forward today. Pumimuna discuss you. Till we have exhausted them now. Maybe we should jump into the second league and see what is it looking like at the moment. I don't have the table right now. Why I'm pretty sure Musa will know a little bit about the second division. Afum Tolu Legi, how many games they have left, and who is definitely on the way to the first division.
Yeah, the second division is really interesting. Falcons, qualifying, they have been the most consistent team in the second division. So I think they didn't lose a game in the second round. So qualifying, they are just trying to win their other games just to be champions of the second division. While qualifying,
Right.
they play in the first division. Samga has some business to do because you make a second, but lately they've been struggling to win. Lose like two matches. Yeah, good no. So you know what I mean? The ball is in their hands. They just need to win a game or two, and then they will qualify automatically. And then we have the team from third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Focus on fight move because you have to be in the top six. Because you play off six. I understand. So team Rhino, Nyungfa, Jam City Nyungfa. So then I guess before I'm on the chance to be in the top six, where I didn't lose against Falcons, where I believe 3 games. It's 3 games to go, 9 points. So Luneka is possible. Luneka is possible. So you have a moment again this playoff thing. Man, I like playoffs. So the fact that there'll be playoffs, I guess it's gonna be really interesting, So I'm not thinking how many they are in the rock bottom. How many they are fighting for their lives, like New Garage and others. They are in trouble. So how was similar with the first division. Already Hamman team, most likely be champion because for the fortune like fit. I mean, most likely Falcon might emerge as the champion, even though you qualify and they still have something to do. But so for the table we have right now, PSV Wellingara, Steve Biko, you fight to be in that top 6. So for Nekute, you don't because you play off 6. I think every team's target may play in the first division. So I am just waiting to watch these 3 games of the second division because for me it's the most exciting league. And then despite the fact that they have something to play about, because right now I'm not thinking so Hamlin, they want to give up. But the fact that you can finish 6th or 5th or 3rd and still have a chance to qualify in the first division, the fact that all the remaining games you just is a final. Because right now, Steve or PSV, because by now they don't have a give up. I understand.
Yeah.
Why the fact that if they win their remaining games, they will be in the playoffs. It makes it more interesting. Now every game is a final. Every game is a final, and once again, you seize the opportunity to say congratulations to Falcons FC. Qualifying. In the second division. For now, be more than second year because the first year, under this COVID time, the league was abandoned. So ñoom bii mooy seen first proper season and then xam nga ñu qualify in style. So I think we will say a big thank you to Falcon and everybody involved from Jose, Lamin Sane, to everybody involved from their big man Falcon, you know, for guiding this team to glory. So apart from that, from there can just hard you said the next 3 games la mooy happen ñan ñooy bokk ci playoffs yi ak ñan ñooy delegate from the second division.
Okay, well done. Sana, xanaa ñu bàyyi la those last words. Just like we have 3 minutes before you then. You wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Second division is really, really exciting, and I think the league is there for folks to lose because they are definitely nine points ahead of Samga, who are just 4 points behind. Like they're just Team Rhino also in third that are 4 points behind Samga. I think that even makes it more interesting. And there are nine good points up. Falcons need a point to be champions, and I think with all indications they will be champions come the end of the second division. And if you look at the rock bottom, it's not officially confirmed for Infantry to be relegated because they are 19 points. And then Jara West is at 25 points. So obviously this Jara West is at 26 points because they had their game in hand a point against before you can West. So Serekunda is on 22 points. They won their last game and they've given themselves a lifeline to fight for their lives. And I think that is going to be much more interesting. Seeing Bombarda at 28 points, Immigration at 30 points. You know, you could say they are safe a little bit. You know, Bombarda is still not very safe because they need to have a point, 3 points as well to also be safe. You know, the second division, like you said, the top 6. It's the top 3. It's kind of little bit almost decided. But from the 4th position, that is Jam City, up to State Biko, anything could happen because Jam City is on 45 points, Biko is on 39 points, and that's a 6 points difference, and you have a 9 points to grab. Gunju in the fray, Red Cross are in the fray, and then Biko also are in the fray. PSV Lakunda United fancy their chances because they can capitalize on the mistakes at any drop point of these teams, and they could definitely build a very good case for also to finish in the top 6. And I think, like I said, second division is interesting. But if you look at technically, teams that score the highest number of goals in the second division are on top. Because you could see Falcon scored 47 goals and they considered 24 goals. Samga scored 43 goals and considered 29 goals. Team Rhino scored 45 goals and considered 29 goals. Jam City scored 44 goals and considered 36 goals. They don't have a very good record because they only have like +8. Gunjur scored 42 goals. Then Red Horse scored 41 goals. Biko scored 40 goals. So look at from the 4th position up to the 7th position, they all scored +40 goals. That's very, very impressive. That is very, very impressive. It means there is a huge improvement in terms of goal scoring in the second division. And teams that work on the defensive aspect of the game as well, you could see how they are climbing the table. You check on the rock bottom of the league. Scored 24 goals and they conceded 53. Secondary scored 28 goals and they conceded 45 goals. And Jara West conceded 32, they scored 32 goals and conceded 43 goals. Bombarda scored 28 goals and conceded 33 goals. So you could see the list of the team number of goals scored are as well rocking on the bottom. So football is a fair game. If you don't score, you definitely can win. And both scoring and defensive aspect of the game also has to go together. That's why it always baffles me if I hear teams saying, you have to defend. If you don't concede goal, you don't lose. So you have to manage both of them. In as much as you are trying to defend, you have to score in games. And I think that is the secret behind Falcons, the Falcons, Samga, Team Rhino. I think that's what they've been doing best. Team Rhino is a little bit inconsistent, but one thing you could be guaranteed is they will definitely score goals. And I think the second division has every right to claim that they are the best league in the country. They score goals for fun. And people, I haven't watched them, but I have had people, I've had discussions with coaches and stuff. What I heard from this, and Abib, I stand to be corrected by Abib. They also play a very, very good ball. I think it's just gonna get better and better and better.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and a great analysis there on the league. Thank you, guys. I think this is almost 2 minutes into our time now. Just to leave Musa to have a last word, and then we'll wrap up here, and then see you guys again next week, the same platform and the same time. Musa, we can you
Waaw fu mu nekk nii moom weekend bi is a bunch of games because the first division is going to be interesting. So we expect the people to come out and cheer their teams. Because I'm not games we start there. I think on Sunday there'll be 3 games at the stadium. So man xam naa ne Sunday moom foofu laay añee fa laay defee yëpp because I want to be there. I want to see everything. You know, and then I'm the game we Basori. I think we can win for a play. You know, I'm the game we see goal project. So nothing you follow some pages for all the updates. You have the magis. I'm not magis. You have the thing that simultaneously because of the relegation battle. So now without either the goal project or Basori, I'm without stadium. So Sunday, I'm not might we start 4, but 3 games at the stadium. So we expect to see fantastic game of football because Nipangé play for different reasons. I mean, you play because they want to finish top. I mean, you play, they want to save their club from going to the second division. Because going to the second division is a very, very difficult thing to do. Because if you are there, can you keep all your good players? Can you keep all your good players? That's the biggest question. Because normally you have to let some players go. So normally the other problem, because you cannot keep them in the second division. If you lose your big players, you might not even come back to the first division. So it's a problem. So this weekend it will be games upon game, you know. So man, did I choose games to have you're gonna high profile. Madam just some fans and our followers more pictures and more
football fan. Football Fan TV will assign Abib Fall to give us live every 15 minutes update on all the scores of the relegation battle, and we will make sure that that is done. And, you know, you can just stay on our page, and then you're gonna get all the updates on every 15 minutes.
Yeah, because what I'm gonna do more like. Because on Sunday there are more games in the stadium, 3 games. So I'll be in the stadium. So ma said who among my friends or colleagues ñu ma xam ñu ngi si yeneen mag yi si su ko defee ñuy xam what is happening in the other games ñu ko mën a update on the platform. Su ko defee nit ñi nga xam ne amuñ the opportunity to watch the games ñu mën a follow. Am na ñoo xam ne they want to go because of the nature of their job xam nga duñu mën a dem. So it's gonna be a grand finale for our league, definitely.
Fantastic. We look forward to it.
And one thing I forget to say, there's a young football player who passed away.
Oh.
He plays for Blue Boys. Blue Boys is a 3rd division qualified round team playing in Banjul.
Yeah.
It's a team. I think it's a team owned by the Walden president Alubey. And that boy is the skipper. He's the captain of the team. He passed away yesterday. So is a very very sorrowful news for the football family, and we all send our condolences to the family of the bereaved boy. It's very very shocking. He died young, but what can we do? We just have to pray for him and pray for Allah to guide him to Jannah and all departed soul. So the people of Blue Boys of Banjul are mourning their skipper. So I'm sorry that I didn't say it from the beginning, but it just came to my mind that we lost a brother who was full of life and ambition.
Yeah, may his soul rest in peace. Comme niñ ko dee defee rek dañ lay ñaanal ñëpp su ñoo start programme bi fii ñi nga xam ne ñoo jiitu ak ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi feebar ñu ngi si lopitaan bi yàlla may leen wér-gu-yaram yàlla na ko yaara yërëm
Amen.
ne ko àjjana. Thank you very much, guys. Like we said, follow Gam Football Fans TV's page for all the latest updates on the weekend roundup of football. Inshallah, the live informations of what is happening in Gambian football. Until we meet you again, the same platform, the same week, next Friday, inshallah. We say goodbye to you all.
Thank you, and see you again come Friday.
Thank you.